warm colors and cool colors, right? So we also discussed about selection tools, right? So for what we discussed, we are done with move tool, selection tools, like rectangle selection tool, elliptical. Let me take a default photo size. So we have discussed about rectangle selection tool, and you can fill the color here. How to fill the color? Alt, backspace. I want to create a new folder, sorry, new layer. How to create a new layer? Control, Shift, N. And you can see layers here. You know that, right? You can see layers here. You also can create layers from here also. There is a small button here. You can create layers from here also, and you can delete. If you want to delete them, you can select them and delete. Let me adjust this one. So elliptical tool, you can draw circles. So how to draw a perfect circle? If you want to draw perfect, hold Shift. Yeah. So there are two problems here. When you're holding Shift, you might be getting multiple selections if you hold Shift, or draw and hold Shift, you get circle. Two things. So in selection tools, there are some options. I'll tell you that. Selection tool options. First option is new selection. See here, the options are here. If you select any selection tool, even rectangle, ellipse, or single row, single column, anything, you take any selection tool, the options look similar. Okay, common options. So these are the options you see here. So the first one is new selection. If you are turning on this button, it will always draw a new selection. Okay, you cannot draw the second selection. You can draw only one selection. If you're turning on this mode, this one, if you turn on this button, that is add mode, means you can add more selections. If you want to draw two rectangles or two circles, or one rectangle or one circle, if you want to draw multiple selections, you have to turn on this one. If you hold Shift also, if you hold Shift key, it will automatically turn on this one. Easy shortcut. This one, guess what it is? Add and then subtract. Subtract mode means you can subtract one selection from another selection. Modifier is Alt. If you hold Alt, you will be in subtract mode. You don't have to click here. If you hold Alt also, the same thing happens. And this one is intersection. Intersect. Intersect mode. Shortcut is both Shift plus Alt. Okay, if you hold Shift and Alt, you'll get intersect mode. Okay, let's try this. What it is, I will show you. So first one is new selection. If you are drawing a rectangle, I draw a rectangle, and if I draw another rectangle, it will get a new selection. The old one is gone. Every time you can draw one selection only. If you are in the first mode, If you turn on second mode, second one, this mode, second mode, you can draw more selections. It will add to the selections. You can combine the selections. You can add them like this. The selection is getting added itself. Got it? One selection you can add to another selection. Like this. You can create multiple shapes like this. Okay. Control D to deselect. Control D to deselect. Same thing happens for the circle also. If you take a circle, every time you are drawing a new circle, new ellipse. If you put add, you can add multiple circles. You can add them all like this. Understood this thing? It's like this. In mathematics, it's called sets. A and B. If you have two circles, A circle and B circle, A plus B or A union B. I have done this maths. A union B, which means it adds. A plus B is the entire area. Okay. A minus B means this area. One circle you can remove from another circle. A minus B. A minus B means the B area will be removed. You can subtract. Intersection means the common area. Intersected. Two areas we are combining together. Two selections. The intersection area is this one. So see this. So I'm in new selection mode. I'm drawing a circle. I'm putting it in subtract mode, and then I can subtract. Then I get a moon shape like this. I'm subtracting one circle from another circle. Or you can make a hole out of this. So this will be empty, not selected area. So if you fill this, one circle subtracted from another circle, you are getting only the area which is not subtracted. So you can subtract like this. Means if you want two eyes here, you can draw two eyes in subtract mode and then fill, you get like this. And then intersection mode. Control D, deselect, draw a circle and put it in intersection. When you overlap this, the common area will be remaining. Only that area is intersection area. Intersection means common area. So when you fill, you get only this shape. So this happens for all selection tools. Even for rectangle also. Rectangle, you can combine rectangles, two rectangles. You can subtract another rectangle from this. You can make holes. You can subtract a circle also here. But you have to be in subtract mode, right? Put it in subtract mode and then draw. You're getting a hole like this. You can subtract. Understood this one? That is new selection mode. Second one is add. What is the name of this one? Add to selection. Add to selection. Third one is subtract. Subtract from selection. Intersect with selection. Fourth one is intersect with selection. So keyboard shortcuts are, if you want to add selections, you can hold shift key. Okay, you don't have to come here and turn on these modes. You can keep in the new selection mode by default. So if I draw a rectangle like this, if I want to add one more rectangle here, hold shift. When you hold shift, that key gets activated. Okay, when you hold shift like this and then draw two rectangles. If I hold alt, you will get subtraction like this. And alt shift, you get intersection. Got it? So remember this, guys, this will be useful. Okay, these are the tools to activate this one. Hold shift, hold alt, and this one hold shift plus alt. These are the shortcuts. Okay. So have we discussed about this lasso tool, polygon lasso tool, magnetic lasso tool? Magnetic is remaining. And that's a waste tool, actually. I'll tell you what it is. Lasso tool, you can draw free form shapes. Okay. And same modes are here. Add, subtract, intersect. You can do that with multiple selection tools also. Okay, using lasso tool, you can select any shape, irregular shape, like this. Using polygon lasso tool, you can create polygons like triangles, or you can create like these shapes, any shape. Using magnetic lasso tool, actually this is like a magnet. It will stick to the pixels. Okay, you can draw shapes. For example, if you have a photo, if I want to select the penguin, if I want to select this penguin, I have to draw using which tool? Rectangle tool will select rectangle shape. If I use a lasso tool, I have to draw like this, but I have to be perfect, right? So I have to go along the edge, I have to be perfect. If I'm not perfect, it's not going to select that entire shape. So Control D. Polygon lasso tool, you can click points like this. You have to click points here to add the selection line. But you have to go many points. You have to click many points like this. Then you close it like this. So you got selection of the penguin head, and then you can copy paste. Okay, Control C and Control V. You can copy paste. What happened here? We got head separated like this. We can select items like this, but you can see that there are some sky edges also. There are some edge problems. Okay, so that selection is like this. And magnetic lasso tool, you click and just move near the edge. It will automatically identify the edges. You can click to add points or just move. Hand tool, spacebar. Okay, I'm just moving the mouse pointer near the edge. But this is also not a perfect tool. Okay, not perfect for selection. If you want to go backspace, I'm just explaining the tool, but it is not useful, okay? It is not useful. So it will automatically add the points. To some extent, you will get perfect edges, but somewhere it will leave. Okay, there are some loose ends here like this. Some pixels are not selected. So I will not use this tool for selections. Okay, I have other tools. I'm just explaining this magnetic lasso tool. Magnetic lasso tool, you click and move, it will automatically add points near the edges and then close it. So these are the selection tools. So we have lasso tool, polygon lasso tool, magnetic lasso tool, these are also selection tools, and there are other selection tools like magic wand. Yeah, here you can see next one is quick selection tool and magic wand tool. Quick selection tool and magic wand tool, these are also selection tools where you can select the objects. If I want to select this object, what I can do is I can take a quick selection tool and just paint over this one, just paint like this. You can select it. If you want to subtract the extra portion, you can hold Alt and then subtract. If you want to just add them, you can add them like this. There are new selection, add and subtract mode also. Shift will add, Alt will subtract. I want to subtract only this area. So what I can do is I can combine other tools. I can take lasso tool and subtract these pixels like this. Remove that extra pixels selected. If I want to add selection, hold Shift and then add pixels. Anywhere you want to subtract or add, you can do that. So now we got little perfect edge. Got it? So I can still use this quick selection tool and then paint like this. Okay, zoom in and select this portion. Some extra pixels are there that we can subtract. First select everything. I mean, oh my god, undo this. Control Alt Z. Here, I want to reduce the brush size, the circle size. You see, this is a brush tool. Okay, that circle is a brush tool. It's like this. It has a radius. Circle has a radius. I can make it small circle or big circle. Shortcut for making small is this bracket. To big is this bracket. There are bracket keys in keyboard. OS. So this bracket makes the brush size smaller. This bracket increases the brush size. Okay, that is another tool is quick selection tool. Paint to select. Paint means you have to click and drag. Okay. Paint to select. These are common options. Selection tool common options. Adding selection, subtracting selection is common for throughout all the selection tools. And press to reduce the brush radius, to increase the brush radius. Okay, this bracket key. So here I want to reduce the brush radius, so I can press bracket, the open bracket, and then draw around this one. Zoom in and select these pixels. Like this. Some extra pixels are there that you can hold Alt and then subtract them. Okay, Alt and subtract. While subtracting, you can use any tool. Even this tool you can use lasso tool or polygon lasso tool in subtract mode. Hold Alt and subtract. Here you want to add, right? Just paint. Just paint, you are adding that. Here I want to add it like this. So let's see, check all the edges. Okay, this is problem here. Alt. Some problems are there, that's okay. We can refine that. Here we want to subtract the ground. Alt and drag. Okay, Shift will add. This ground I want to subtract, Alt and subtract. Or simply you can use a lasso tool, hold Alt and draw the shape whichever you want and subtract like this. Hold Alt and then subtract. Yeah, I want to select this area. What I will do? Take the quick selection tool. Take the quick selection tool, make the brush size bigger one. Paint on this belly. Click. So here you can make it small brush, right? So this area I want to subtract. 1 second, guys. Undo. Control Alt Z. Alt and then subtract this area. Make the brush smaller. So here I want to subtract. So there is a problem here. Undo this one. So what I will do is I'll take a polygon lasso tool, click Alt and select a triangular shape here, close it. That area got subtracted. So we can use all the tools for our purpose. Okay, as per the requirement, you have to choose the tools. If I want to subtract this area, I can use a polygon lasso tool where I can draw straight lines, hold Alt and remove this selection area, unwanted selection area. If I want to add this selection, hold Shift, make the edges perfect. Understanding this? I want to remove some extra pixel got selected here, hold Alt, select the outside area using Alt, that area got removed. You want to add this one, Shift select and select the inside area. It's going to add to the inside area. This one I explained for understanding purpose. In reality, we don't use two circles to add. In reality, we don't subtract two circles. We use selections for selecting the objects. Objects means like this, penguins, any subject in the photo. Say you want to select an person, you can use these tools. Okay, what happens after selection, I'll tell you. So you can select them like this simply. I'm adding to selection. This area is not that much detailed. So I'm using multiple tools to make selections. So I'm always holding the shift while doing this. You can use lasso tool to add more pixels like this. Here you want to add selection, add them, got added. You want to add this far edges, I can add them. So now we have selected entire penguins. Let's check the edges here. Do we have any problems? We have problems here. So add them. Use any tool, okay? Whichever tool you want, you can use them. But remember the add mode and subtract mode. It will be helpful for you. And here I want to subtract. Hold Alt and subtract this area. Here I want to add like this. Here also I want to add. I can use a lasso tool so that I can quickly draw this edge, but I have to draw perfectly. Okay, done. Selection is done. Now this penguins got selected. That subject is selected. After selection, we can make a copy and change the background. I will take a new background. Okay? I'll download a new background. I'll go to pixels, snow. I want a snow area. Okay, I'll take this background. No, they won't. Penguins will not be there. There should be water. Penguins feed on fishes, right? There should be water. Okay, let's take this one. No need of any reality. I'll take this background. Looks good. Its size is 5000 pixels approximately. File, open. Go to my computer, D, Rakesh, Photoshop, new. So this is the photo. Select this photo, open. I want to bring these penguins here. How to do that? Control C, Control V. Oh, they're small. Because this is a large image, penguins are small image. So how to make it big? Press Control T. Press Control T, then hold Shift and make it big like this. Done. You can change the backgrounds. You can keep any background and just put them here. You can extract those penguins using selection tools and bring it here. Oh my God, what happened here? Let me check. correct. No problem, right? It's correct only. Maybe there will be some edge we didn't select. It's gone into shadows actually. So I'll select that one. Should select like this. Alt select, remove the ground. Okay, that's the problem actually. You have to make perfect selections on the ground. And we have one more problem here, shadows. The shadows we can create later. Okay, I'll delete this layer. I'll delete, select, put it in the bin here. There is a trash bin here. So again copy this one, Control C, and then Control V. Got it. Control T, and then Shift drag. Shift drag. You can hold Alt and drag also. It will scale from the center. Shift drag, legs are intact. Okay, the leg position is intact. Like this. I'll save this one, file, save, adding objects. Close, close. So what you can do with these tools, you can cut the objects and place wherever you want. Like this. You can change the backgrounds. You can do photo manipulation like this. So you have to cut. Only thing is you have to choose two photos, one background and one foreground. When you combine, you have to cut and combine. Like this. Or like this. How many layers here? Guess. Background, separate layer. Hand, second layer. On top of that, there is a cracks here. That cracks is separate layer. Rose flower is another layer. Fire, another layer. And this amber is another layer, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. So 6 layers you have to cut and paste together. You get this effect. You have to find your images, reference images. Fire image you have to take, flower image you have to take. Okay, let's start cutting images. Learn cutting. So this one is image manipulation, right? This is image manipulation. Background is separate. Strawberry, berries, and some splash, some paint splash, combining them together. This one, you have a book, sky, a whale. Whale and water is one layer, I think, and splashes is separate layer. Grass, girl, birds, many layers are there. When you are combining, you have to remove background. You have to select exactly and then paste it. You can do image manipulations. or else I'll take another one. Let's take this image. Let's change the background for this image. This image. Different examples. For cutting, I'm taking different subjects. Okay, this background. This background also I want to change. I want to cut this one. Hand on the donut and the paper. This one. Okay, 3 examples again. So the first one, this one I'm taking. This one is a plain background, white color background. Cutting a white color background is very easy. Okay. Cutting images from this kind of backgrounds is also somewhat easy. The BG is little blurry and not that much detailed. Here you see this is very hard. This one is very hard because the BG is having a lot of variations. Texture is there. Here texture is there, but when you look closely, it looks blurry. And this one, it has a flat texture, flat color. So if you have flat colors like this, you can simply use a quick selection tool and select the flat color easily. Simply, you got a selection, but I selected the background actually. Okay, see here. And this one I will subtract. I'll subtract. So instead of painting, Control D, I have another tool, Magic Wand tool. Magic Wand. Select the Magic Wand. Single click, you select the entire white page. Single click, you can select the background completely. If it is a flat color, if it is any solid white color or solid green, blue, anything. And this area is little different here. Use Shift, Add. Here it is different. Alt. Oh my God. Control Alt C. It went off completely. Because the problem here is the white background continues into the watch here, the belt. The whiteness continues here. There is a bleeding. Okay, there is a discontinuity here. So in this case, we have to use some lasso tool and alt and subtract the unwanted area. This area is unwanted selection. Subtract this. This area I want. I'll hold Shift and then draw and select. Oh my God. Subtract. Sorry. Subtract, alt and subtract here. So just now what I'm selecting here is the background. I'm selecting the background actually. Okay. Subtract this area. So I'm doing it quickly actually. You can spend some time and make it perfect. Shift and add this. Subtract this area. You can use polygon lasso tool. So you get straight lines like this and subtract. So there is a lot of problem here. Subtract this area. And there is a hole here. I want to select this one. So use magic wand tool. Single click, you will select the hole, but undo this. You have to hold shift and select. Then it will get added. Okay, hold shift and add it. So right now what got selected? The entire background. Okay, if I fill, I will fill the background. Got it? I selected the background. So if I make a copy, Control C, Control V, I'm copying the background actually. Okay, see here, one trick I will do. I will select the background first, then invert the selection. There is an option called invert. See, image manipulation we have. Right now we are one part we are learning. Okay, image manipulation we will do it. But right now you see the selection tool. Focus on this selection tool options. So in Photoshop, selection is very important. You want to select some object. So you can use any tool and you have to use smartly. So magic wand tool. So select the plain colored backgrounds. Okay. Then invert the selection. Control, Shift, Control I. Shift, Control I. Invert selection. Shift, Control I. Press Shift, Control I. Now which part got selected? The hand. Previously the background got selected. Now invert. Invert means opposite side. Previously this background got selected. Okay. Control Shift I. Hand got selected. So I'm doing like this. Instead of directly selecting the object, I'm selecting the background first and then invert it. The selection comes to the object. So invert selection is here. Selection options are here. Select, inverse. All this select menu deals with all selection options. There are variety of selection options. So inverse selection means, for example, if I take a new selection, if I draw a rectangle like this, what I'm filling inside. If I invert it, it will be outside. Got it? I can fill inside or outside. I can select directly the object, or I can select the background and invert it. I will select the object. Okay, that is a trick. So select inverse, select inverse. Okay, every time you press inverse, it will select the opposite area. Which is not selected means selected area is some area, which is not selected is some other area. So it will shift between selected and unselected portions. So now you make a copy, Control C, and take a new web banner, for example, web, okay, banner like this. I'll take a medium rectangle for web. Okay, click OK, and then paste this downward, Control V. Where is that gone? We'll remove hinges, okay? We'll remove it, don't worry. Control T, it's very big image, right? I have to make it small. So when I'm making it small, do not squeeze it, undo this. Control T, make it center first, then Alt Shift and drag. Hold Alt Shift and then drag. You can keep this one here like this. And in the background colors, I can change. The background colors, I can use a gradient tool. I think I explained gradient tools, right? Gradient tools, and then draw the gradients like this, or put the circle mode in gradient, reverse, something like this. So like that I can create an ad. Okay, I can type text here. And give offer, 50% offer or 30% offer, right? Buy one, get one. Text tool, take text tool. 30% off. Or just remove this text, just 30% off. And put a logo here. Where do you get this one? In some stores, right? Like some logo. You bring some logo and put it here. Okay. Your logo you can put here. So who is selling that? That company logo you can keep somewhere here. Take a new layer and put some black color and write some matter here. Okay, like this. You can change the color of the text. You can change the color of the text. So using text tool, I will tell, don't worry. Okay, using text tool, I'll tell you. I can give brown color, which is a little saturated, or white color. White is good actually. White color. Is white visible? White visible? Is that much attractive? People will skip. People will not see. Yesterday I told about colors, right? So which color I have to use? I'm doing an advertisement. Ad. Go for contrast colors, contrast, opposite colors. You can follow any scheme, but go for contrast colors. Contrast means the background and the foreground should have difference, more than 50% different contrast. So go for contrast colors. You can give red color or yellow color. Blue and yellow is opposite, right? So background is bluish. So I'm using yellow on top. I can give same yellow like this. It's not visible. No. Try different colors. Check. So I want a proper combination of this blue and opposite color, right? Okay. Go to color.adobe.com. Which color we are using? Complementary color mode. Put complementary and choose the main color. This is cyan. So opposite is coming as brown and this colors. So use these colors. This color. Try this color. Brown color. Okay. It works. Clear? That is the opposite color of that blue. And then stylizing the text, everything is there. That I will explain later. Means if you want to add drop shadows to make it more attractive, you can add drop shadows here like this. The text will pop out. Okay. So all about text we will learn later. But I'm teaching you how to place the images. That's the class for today. So you don't have to worry about this text today. Okay, later also I will teach. I'll save this one. Save. Close, close. 3D also we can keep. You're asking me the after 20th class. You're asking me now. How can I tell? Okay, we have everything, man. Okay, so I'll give an assignment for you. Cut this one. So which tool you have to use? You have to use many tools. You can use this is not a plain background, but try with magic wand, try with quick selection tool, lasso tools, all the tools. You try with all these tools. Just change the background and show me. Okay. So how to send me? You can send me through chat here. If you're online, you can drag and drop the files here. I'll get it. Tomorrow I'll check. Or you can give me a WhatsApp message also. I'll check. Here also you can send me images. I'll check here. Okay. 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 Any doubts you have? Anything you want to show me? Any assignments you want to submit? You can submit here. That's very easy. If it is mail, again I have to check in the system. Phone is easy. Okay. You can send me here. So do this and show me, guys. Understood what is the assignment? If you want to do some other object also, you can do. I need to see that you are able to select the objects. That's the concept actually. Okay. If you're not getting these images, you can use another image. But don't try with the people with a lot of hair. Hair cutting is separate class, I'll tell you. Try something which has a solid edge like this. A solid edge. Don't try to select anything with blur edge. If you see this one, it's a solid edge. Everything has a solid edge. But some images has blurry edge and there will be a lot of hairs for etc. That will be another class. Hmm? No problem. You can send me here this class. Okay. Pixel Arts class. Okay. This ID. You can send here. Okay. If you are not having WhatsApp, you can send here. Pixel Arts class. It's remember this. Okay. Arts class @gmail.com. Okay. Or you can send me through chat also. So, chat in Zoom here. This chat. Open this chat. Upload the file. Click on the file. Drop it here, or just drag and drop here, like this also. Fine. Where am I? I'm showing you some blurry images. Yeah, this one. If you look at this image, the edges are not very sharp, right? Here it is sharp. Here it is not sharp. So how to select this case? In this case, if you want to change background, it's different case. I'll explain that later. See the plate here, sharp edge here, but when you go here, it's got blurred because of the lens, camera lens. So how to select the blurred areas, how to properly get the edges. We have some other tools also. We will learn that in later classes. Okay. Tomorrow I will teach you about text tool, typing tool. Okay. All about typing tool we'll learn tomorrow. So show me this assignment. If you don't show, it means you didn't practice. I'm not going to lose. You're going to lose. Clear, guys? Okay, bye. See you.